And it's all because I'm working on my energy. Cleaning up, I'm taking care of myself and me. Drinking coffee, take a sip, they say I'm sparkling. Manifest it, write it down, you know it's happening.
Hey YouTube, welcome to another episode of the Girls Group Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Benet, and with me today is Bree. Before we continue, don't forget to hit the notification bell, like, share, and subscribe. And also, don't forget to drop in the comments any questions you may have that you want us to talk about in future episodes. So without further ado, let's get back into it. Next topic, postpartum depression. Have you or someone close to you gone through it? What was your experiences or symptoms? And do you think it should be more known on a national scale?
Definitely should be more known on a national scale. And I mean for men. I don't feel like men actually understand what we go through as women and how so much changes for us after like giving birth, how exhausting it is. Having to go through a pregnancy, body changing, having to dilate to 10 centimeters. Lord, thank you, Jesus, for epidural, because, baby, all my children had snot running down my nose. I would cry like a damn 2-year-old. I swear to God.
Did you get epidurals
for all of them?
Really?
All of them. I tried my best to, be natural, but I couldn't do it. The last one, baby, all my kids was big. All of them was big. Mm-hmm. My first one was 8'7". The next one, it's like they got bigger. The first one was 8'7". The second one was 8'14", and my last one was 9'14". Almost had a 10-pound baby. You understand me?
That little one right there?
Yes. To the point where when I pushed her out, like my blood pressure rose. Mm-hmm. That's how big she was. But the postpartum part, I feel like men need to definitely understand that they need to be more caring and more nurturing when it comes to like their woman and understanding the changes that she goes through. I know like with my experiences, like I couldn't wash my ass. It was terrible. Like I couldn't get out of bed. I only thing I could really do is like care for my children. As far as like caring for myself, that goes downhill definitely during postpartum depression. And like my ex at the time, he really did not see none of that. Mm-hmm. He really did not see none of that. The breaks, I never had a break. Mm-hmm. Never had a break. Like when I got home with, don't you know, like when you leave the hospital and you get home, it's like all you want to do is sleep. Because first of all, the hospital experience was probably fucking terrible. You probably get no sleep there. The food was terrible. God damn it. You take care of your baby from the jump. So it's like when you get home, well, for me, when I got home, all I wanted to do was sleep. Mm-hmm. All I wanted to do was sleep. And it's so funny because Sweetie, she was like 4 or 5 at the time, and she took a video of me and the baby. Like I was sleeping in bed and the baby was right there. Not saying I didn't want my baby to be there. I just felt like at that time I needed a break. Mm-hmm. As soon as I got home, I needed a break. And it's like my ex at the time, he didn't understand that. I'm not saying all men don't understand that, but some don't understand that they need to nurture and care for their woman after they give birth. It may be the foot rubs or the let me take the baby for a minute and let me feed them. Or if you're pumping and just need the baby to be taken care of for just a second while I pump, like do that for me. Like I remember one night, I understood that he had to go to work the next morning. But me, I was mentally, physically just exhausted. And the baby was crying. The baby was in a swing. I couldn't figure out what it was. I don't think I was actually thinking at the time, mm-hmm. About any other things that it could be besides feeding, diaper change, swaddle, and stuff like that. I didn't think about anything else. But in that moment, that baby was crying. And I lost my shit. I scrumped I scrumped to the fucking top of my lungs because he was over there sleeping good.
Mm-hmm. That's very annoying.
And here I am up annoyed with this baby because I cannot figure out what's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I could not figure out what's wrong. And I said, I feel so guilty for even saying this. And it's like, please get this baby before I hurt somebody.
Mm-hmm.
In that moment, I felt so weak. I didn't feel like a mother at all. And I don't want to say that I was going to hurt my child.
Mm-hmm.
But in that moment, I didn't know what the hell I was going to do because I was so frustrated.
Yeah.
I was
That's
so
part of
irritated.
That's part of the
I didn't know what to do, how to do. I couldn't call on my mama.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have nobody to call on. You know, this is like 2 or 3 in the morning. I have nobody to call. I don't really kick it with females like this. This is my female friend right here. I love her, but she's one of the very few. But at that time, I didn't really just have friends like that to like call on, like that support system, whether it be from your spouse, your boyfriend, or whoever it is, it's your baby daddy, or from like your family and friends and stuff like that. That plays a big part in postpartum depression, about how bad it is and how you can kind of cope through it with that support. If you don't have that support,
yeah, it's real bad.
It's real bad, and it was terrible for me, for all 3 of my children, for all 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I hated every bit of it, to the point where it made my relationship with my baby daddy at the time, it made our relationship fall out.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where she got terrible for us. I used to, the couch I had at the time, it had such a big dent in it, do you understand me? Because I would get up and I would sit in that spot. I didn't have energy to do anything else, to do nothing. I didn't wash my ass. I brushed my teeth though, goddamn it. Had to do that, made sure I did that. But other stuff, cooking and cleaning and stuff like that, I couldn't do any of that.
Did you ever, I know the time you just mentioned, but did you ever have times where you wanted to hurt your child or yourself in that depression?
Unfortunately, yes.
Both or just one? Both. Yeah.
It kind of makes me, it kind of upset to even like think, you know, that I would even let it get to that point, because I'm a great mother. I love my babies. I do anything for them and kill for them too. But it's like postpartum depression is like, it's a very, very, very low point.
It is.
Very low point.
Mm-hmm.
It's a place I don't never want to go back. That's why I have no more babies. Nope. I'm not having no more.
Yeah.
Unless I have that support system, but shit, though, that support system, it comes down to dozen, baby.
It does, unfortunately. I experienced it with my son, my firstborn. I've always had family issues. Yeah. So that's never been I've never had support. I've always felt like the black sheep in my family. Always very different. So I already had that disadvantage. And then I'm thinking, I was hoping when I got married I would, gain a family, a close family.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case. It was pretty much the same thing I came from.
Yeah.
So when I had my son, I had issues with my mom. She was mad at me because I had a son and it wasn't a girl. That's not my control.
Too many boys?
No. It's always been girls in our family.
First.
Yeah, he was the firstborn that was a boy. I changed that. I'm like the breaker of chains in a sense. Like, I kind of change up everything.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't like that. She actually got mad. Oh, it's a boy. I'm like, what the fuck? I was excited because I was so sick of estrogen.
Right.
Give me some testosterone because I'm about sick of this estrogen. I don't. So then a couple months after he was born, their dad at the time decided it was a good idea to move up north. Like, oh, we'll have help. I knew that was a lie.
Yeah.
I'm like, they not gonna help us.
Mm-hmm.
They not gonna help us. They just want you up there.
Yeah.
And so I knew if I resisted that would be like some resentment there. Like, well, if we would have moved,
yeah,
we would have been fine. So I was like, you think this is the best idea? I'll follow your lead. Right. Even though I know what the outcome is going to be. I'm going to shut up and we can go and do it. As soon as we landed in Michigan, you think they took the baby? We done drove 12 hours with a 3-month-old.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
2 or 3-month-old.
Ooh.
You think they took him off our hands? No. Now I had a whole place to myself. Now I'm locked up in one room with my husband and my son. And then now they causing commotion in our marriage. And he's letting it. And he would come home from work and I'm like, I really just don't want to be here anymore. I'm like, I can't call him my mom because we never been really, we have on and off relationship. Couldn't call on her really. And me and his mom wasn't that close. She kept trying to infiltrate, break shit up. So it was one night, my son was crying, and I could not figure out what was wrong with him. He was crying for like 30 minutes, screaming, nonstop. And I was like, what is wrong? Like, you're dry. Right. You ate. Right. Like, I'm trying to rock you. You're not doing, nothing I'm doing is helping. And nobody came and checked on me. His parents was downstairs the whole time. I know you can hear him crying. Right. And I had a moment, I was sitting in the room, I was like, wow, I could have took my life and my son is up here crying. And nobody ever came up here to see if I was okay. Not to see if my son was okay, not to see if I was okay. I could be up here dead. And nobody would ever know. And that really bothered me because it's like, then it's like different other thoughts would come in my head like, dang, nobody loves me, nobody cares about me for real. Then when he came home and I told him, I was like, I really want to just, I don't want to be here anymore. And you would think that the response would be like really concerned or compassionate.
Did you tell him what happened?
Yeah, I told him what happened.
Okay.
But like I told you before, when it came to me and his family, he didn't stand up for me like that. It was more excuses. He might talk to him a little bit, but at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they want. And I think we ended up arguing. So it was just like, I just felt very alone.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I felt very alone. I was like, I can't talk to the person that's supposed to be my number one support. Yeah. I can't talk to him about it. I can't get him to stand up for me. It was very lonely. Yeah. So I really struggled with that. I wanted to commit suicide a lot. Yeah. The first time around. The second time around, he got a little better.
I can't say the same, baby. They was all the same.
He got a little better, so I didn't really go through postpartum with my daughter, but that first time was very, very tough. It was very lonely and sad.
Stop crying. Sorry, tell your story. Got me teary-eyed. Because I can relate definitely.
Yeah, it's very hard. I really wish men would stop trying to be so hard about everything. Like, I was so emotional during my pregnancy. Like, I love food. I love food. And it's like once I got pregnant, no matter where we went, drive-through, restaurant, they always mess my food up, and I would cry.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would really hurt my heart that they messed up my food. And so one time I asked, it was like in the wee hours of the morning, and I think Checkers was open late, and I really wanted some checker fries.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him, I was like, "Can you give me some fries?" And he looked at me crazy because I woke him up. He was like, "No, go to sleep and get something else." And I cried because, like, why you tell me no? So it's like stuff like that. Like I'm carrying a whole baby. I'm doing this. Yeah. This stuff is hard, and then I think he didn't understand the whole emotional part. He thought I was just being extra. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm crying. I don't know why I'm crying, but I'm crying, and I'm not playing. I'm being so serious. Like I'm not playing with you. I'm not trying to be extra. I don't know why I'm crying. It don't make no sense why I'm crying, but I'm crying and my feelings is hurt, and I need you to stop yelling at me. So I think men need to really understand, like, we don't be knowing. We don't be knowing.
It's a lot of emotions from pregnancy, baby.
It's so much stuff we be dealing with, and we really be feeling lonely, and then we be feeling ugly. I don't have hardly any pictures of me pregnant because I felt so ugly.
I can't relate to this, baby.
That was me.
I was a damn toothpick, baby. When I tell you, when I got pregnant with them children, they put 60 pounds on in the front and in the back. Baby, I was blessed.
I mean, I don't know. My face, when I gain weight, it just be all in my face. I got this chunky face, and it was mostly belly, but I just didn't like how I looked. Like once you're so used to being small and petite, and
I got sick of it,
everything is perky and stuff. And
oh, you mean like that?
My body, I didn't like how it looked. And then after, I snapped back with my son. My boobs didn't snap back.
And you shit snap back up top, baby.
Man,
nothing.
R.I.P.
I missed them.
Man, they were so cute. I don't know who these niggas is. But yeah, them old things was there. But nah, but yeah, I had a lot of issues with that. I wasn't feeling pretty anymore after that. So on top of that, I wasn't feeling pretty, and then I had all these family issues and marital issues. Yeah. It was just too much. I just was like, I want off. Yeah. I don't want to be here. And the only reason that night I really thought about like slitting my wrist or something. The only reason I didn't is because I looked over in that crib and I saw him, even though he was crying. Yeah. I was like, I can't. There's nobody I can trust to leave my son with.
Yeah. That right there will stop you. I guarantee you. I'm like, I can't leave him with their dad.
I didn't trust nobody.
Right. I didn't trust nobody.
I'm like, I can't leave him with them. Right. Like, because the man that I want him to grow up to be, nobody's capable of that besides me. Right. I know what I want him to be. Like, I've seen how the man in my family is, the man in his family is, even the women, because women can influence how your son grows up to be. And I like, right. I gotta be here for him. Right. So that's why I tell him he's my superhero all the time. Like, he saved my life. Both of them did. But he was my first superhero. He kept me here. If it wasn't for him, I think God put him here for a reason. Because if I didn't have my son and I had to go through that stuff, I would have just gave up. So be there for your ladies when they going through that process, because it's very, very hard. And not saying that it's not hard for men, because that's a lot to deal with. Women are extra. We are extra. Yes. I don't understand it. So I feel for y'all too, but it's got to be, y'all both got to be giving grace to each other.
When she asks for that ice cream at 3 o'clock in the morning, go get it.
Go get it. If she asks for Checkers fries, go get the Checkers fries.
It'll save you a whole lot of nagging, baby. I guarantee you.
She don't know why she crying. Just go hug her and kiss her forehead. I don't know.
Please.
It's just be sweet.
I didn't have to worry about that though.
What?
Go and go get some food in the middle of the night. You better get the fuck up. I'm gonna put my foot in your bag. Go get the food. Go get it. And then
I just cried. I was a big crybaby.
And then his mom, baby, she loved to feed me, baby. I used to love Sunday.
Listen, I worked at Applebee's, and all of the cooks I had. I was a server, you know. So we got the apron, baby. Can I get a corn dog? I had a corn dog wrapped in a paper towel. I go eat the corn dog. They fed me good at work.
I used to work at Sonny, baby. The breakfast burritos. They put me a little extra scoop in there. Shit, please fill it up, baby. Give me more. Give me more. You don't
I
have
had
to pay
bacon
for
in my apron and everything. Give me a big old grease stain.
That's the bacon.
Yeah, I love bacon.
I'm like, you don't got to pay for nothing, baby. Go ahead. I was like, shit, say less, goddamn shit.
Then, funny story. So when I was pregnant, I had ordered what was it, honey pepper sirloin from Applebee's.
That sound good.
And it was so good. It was so good. And it had like fried onions on top, right?
Yeah.
So I'm ready. I'm like, I was looking forward to the fried onions, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, about to sit down and have my little lunch. I ordered it. The cook gonna come out and say, we don't got no fried onions. You want grilled? When I say I cried on the spot, I'm like, you ain't got no fried onions. Grilled? Oh, just take the whole thing off. I don't want it no more.
Right.
I was heartbroken. Like that, you can't take nothing off of that. So he felt so bad. Like, no, don't cry. Don't cry. What else do you want? What else do you want? I was like, I want it bad, bro. Like, it was bad. Like, and to this day, I'm still emotional about my food.
Right.
I won't cry on the spot, but I will get in my feelings. Like, I hold it. Another funny story. Hold on. Me and their dad went to a restaurant, Carrabba's. I never go there again. I haven't been there since. I was pregnant. I saw this lasagna on TV. I'm like, I was like, the lasagna look good. We gotta go, right? Man, I got my mouth ready for it, right? Ordered that lasagna. She brought it back. It had one noodle. You know, it's got layers. It's layers of noodles for lasagna. It had one noodle with the meat, sauce, and cheese. And I was like, where the rest of it? She was like, no lie, this was the waitress' response. It must have deflated. It did what?
Noodles do what now?
She said the lasagna deflated. No, baby, where the rest of the noodles at to make it? It ain't layered.
What'd she say?
I said, take it off. I don't want it. I was so mad. And they dad, he just was like, they messed up again. And I said, every single place we went, there was not one time that my food was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. Wendy's. He went to Wendy's and got some food. And they didn't get it, my order right or something. Mm-hmm. And I was mad at him. I'm like, why didn't you look before you left? And you know that they stay messing up my food. So now we arguing about Wendy's. Because you didn't look. Like, check your ladies' food. Please. Like, just.
Please.
It was a mess.
Please, baby, check my
shit. We was arguing about Wendy's. Because you should have known, bruh. You know my luck. You should have checked before you left the driveway. Oh now you mad at me because I'm mad at you.
That's why I just stuck to the hood food, baby. I just stuck to the hood food.
I probably still would have had bad luck.
No, not with turkey leg man. Turkey leg man.
I hate turkey.
He hated everything. He had rib tips, turkey legs, chicken wings, all this shit. And then that man had everything. You understand me? Shop turkey leg man. He be in the north, so shop with him. But that man, I know I spent a good $20 every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Oh, you big ball.
That's why Lil Mama was 914.
We was broke. I ain't got that kind of money.
Shit. I want them goddamn turkey legs. I think that round when stimulus was around, so yeah. I had it, man. I had it then. Shit.
Yeah. So, that's our crazy story about postpartum. But man, please do better. ladies, I don't know, ladies.
Be understanding that
I
they
don't even know what
don't
to
got
tell
it
the
all.
ladies.
They don't got it all. Help them out a little bit.
I don't got nothing. The ladies, they going through their own thing. Men, just bear with her. Just bear with her. We don't know. They don't know. Nobody knows. Okay?
Nobody knows.
Just love her. Everybody confused.
Right.
Just
Please.
pray and get through it. Just love her and it'll work out.
Fucking church. Get me fucking cry and laugh. I done cried and laughed. Cried and laughed. Because, baby, these lashes is not on here. I'm so serious. Look, if I blink wrong, I'm going to be in my lap.
Well, that's it for today's episode. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, like, share, subscribe, and tune in next week to see what juicy topics we talk about next. See you later.
Looking on my dream life, and my bank account be real fine. Got my skincare, yeah, I glow shine. You can see me.